interest in you are the one. Me a pray all the time. This not ordinary, this supernatural, this divine. Nobody else got what I've got. You are one of a kind. So won't you come and take the dance floor with me one more time? Never knew love like this before. This is true love, I know for sure. Confident, I'm not insecure. From the bottom of my heart, this love is pure. Big man thing, I'm not immature. When I walk straight, you will never ask for more. Sister wisdom, you are the cure. So me have to show you love and pan loving galore.
If I got you by my side, I know, everything be alright. Come on the dance floor with me one more time. That one I name Encore. Mash it up one more time. One more time. Cause you, oh yeah, always on my mind. Oh yeah, cause you, always on my mind. Oh yeah, cause you, oh yeah, always on my mind. Oh yeah, cause you, always on my mind. Oh yeah.
Benjavites, this is how we do it. Dream team.
Champagne every day. Thank God now I'm seeing better days. Party in the hills, we gon' celebrate. Shut it down Saturday to Saturday. Dream team. Champagne every day. 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 Thank God now I'm seeing better days. Party in the hills, we gon' celebrate. Shut it down Saturday to Saturday. Dream team, champagne every day, champagne every day. I feel blessed, got good people in my life. But still I pay love, even though sometimes we fight. Sometimes. But me not change up, no. Me not change up, no. But me not change up, oh no. Me not change up, no way. Never could have trust in a boy. If you can't go to the thick thing, then you not qualified. Then not qualified. Never drop your guard around the boy. Only do that with the people, them where you not bonify, my youth. Watch them, the one time you deny them when them ask something, you want know them friend. Bad breed, them a problem. Yeah. Watch out for each, you that snare, circle and stay far from them. Small crew, nah, me no need enough. Nah, your friends stay with you when it time rough. A real friend don't turn them back. Always keep it real, then don't put on a act. No act, oh you fit turn your back on your people. Why some people so evil? Watch for the snake, don't make them deceive you. Rain don't fire upon you. I feel blessed, got good people in my life. But still I pay love, even though sometimes we fight. Sometimes. But me not change up, no. Me not change up, no. But me not change up, oh no. Me not change up, no way.
Me not change up. Me remember the struggle when me have a water coming on me eye. Nothing can face us. Me brother Malachi used to cook me banana and oil. Depression never break us. We face the tribulation every day, but we never know why. While everybody hates us, we still a wake up in the morning and press the most high. God just send a blessing, it a rain on me. Militant soldier in the army, and he bless me with the laws and the testimony. So we go and know the faith and give
I feel blessed, got good people in my life. But still I pay love, even though sometimes we fight. Sometimes. But me not change up, no. Me not change up, no. But me not change up, oh no. Me not change up, no way.
I coulda anywhere we go. We not change cause we never grow so. Little dirty drunk crow. Them a change like lizard like them never know you. No for them my friend for an occasion. Them against the truth, them turn pagan. Them a cockroach jaw for the bacon. Betray man, them a roll with Satan. Please me a beg ya judge watch you over me. Protect my soul from my enemies. Them want to see me, then them want to see the best of me. Them want me 6 foot deep down in the cemetery. Please me a beg ya judge watch you over me. Protect my soul from my enemies. Them want to see me, then them want to see the best of me. Them want me 6 foot deep down in the cemetery.
I feel blessed, got good people in my life. but still I pay love. Even though sometimes we fight, sometimes. But me not change up, no. Me not change up, no. But me not change up, oh no. Me not change up, no way.
Everything we talk, you know we living it. Living it. Hypocrite attack, we know them living it. Living it. Endurance, how we still in it. Still in it. Still in it. Danger voice, we killing it. We killing it. Israel figure, you know we building it. Building it. Hypocrite attack, you know them living it. Living it. Endurance, how we still in it. Still in it. Still in it. Danger voice, we killing it. Chat them a chat, but them no want no drama. Better than put on a millstone in our water. When we step on the scene, everything I get slaughtered. We a flood out the city with the spiritual water. And we a keep the laws, but I pretend them a pretend. You have to get correction, and we not go beg no friend. The works are gonna declare who God sent. You coulda never lead us straight on a God children. Everything we talk, you know we living it. Living it. Hypocrite attack, we know them living it. Living it. Endurance, how we still in it. Still in it. Still in it. Danger voice, we killing it. We killing it. Israel figure, you know we building it. Building it. Hypocrite attack, you know them living it. Living it. Endurance, how we still in it. Still in it. Still in it. Danger voice, we killing it.
A real soldier never stray from the mission. When it come to why we a delete the opposition. Them a snake, them a try to cause division. But Jah recompense all the evil where you wish upon me and the crew we pull up what they do. This party not fi eat it.
Hey, Shalom Israel, Most High in Christ bless. Welcome to another radio show, Owls of the Sea. So, I'm Officer Phineas. To my right,
Officer Daniel.
Officer Pagiel.
To my left,
Officer Mendel.
Officer Ruben.
all praises. So let's first start with Isaiah 11:11. Bring it out.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 11, verse 11. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people.
His people, the Israelites, read.
Which shall be left from Assyria and from Egypt and from Pathros and from Cush and from Elam and from Shinar and from Hamath and from the islands of the sea.
And the islands of the sea. You brothers and sisters in St. Lucia are from the tribe of Benjamin.
That's right.
So you in the island. That's why the Israelites were scattered worldwide.
That's
and we here
right.
every Tuesday we here to bring this show to you, to edify you so you can learn who you are, keep the Lord's laws, statutes, and commandments. All right. So now, what's the show? What's the show we got today? What's the show we got today?
Okay, so the show that we got today is we're going to get into the proper order. Because a lot of people are under the impression that Satan is fighting God. God is against the devil.
Oh, yeah.
They don't understand that God controls the devil. They don't understand that.
Right.
They think that because in Christianity, they teach you that God was
Had a
in
big fight.
He had a big fight. They hired Don King.
Right.
What did you say?
They was in the holy
in his
boxing
angels.
ring up in the heavens.
Yeah.
We're fighting against the
And
Knock
then
Satan out of there.
They knocked Satan out. That's not what the Bible
Get
says.
some
It's
help.
nothing like that. So we're going to get into that. But first, we're going to get into some St. Lucia news before we get going. So let's go ahead and run the first video. Let's deal with some news from the island.
Have patience with his family.
Come on now, dog.
Jamaican man wanted for murder in St. Lucia, captured in U.S., faces extradition. Local law enforcement agencies are coordinated with U.S. authorities to extradite a Jamaican national wanted for murder in St. Lucia. Orville Andrew Pornell, 32, was apprehended in Savannah, Georgia, by ICE Homeland Security investigators and ATF special agents, according to U.S. media reports. Purnell had been charged with murder in St. Lucia's before fleeing to Jamaica, where he was arrested only to escape custody twice. On December 1st, 2021, while awaiting extradition to St. Lucia from Jamaica, Purnell broke out of the Central Police lockup. He had been accused of killing Cleus Alfred of Truya, Gross Islet, whose body was found on August 25th, 2020, after residents reported gunshots. Initially detained at the Babanoo police station, Purnell allegedly used a sharp instrument to cut through steel bars and escaped from his cell with 3 other detainees. After fleeing to Jamaica, he was recaptured on July 14, 2021 by the Jamaica Constabulary Force's Fugitive Apprehension Team, but escaped again months later. After 5 years on the run, Purnell was finally arrested in the U.S. on April 4th.
Damn! Hey, look, that's some wild stuff right there. There's a lot of crime. There's a lot of killing, on the island. You understand that? Crazy. And that's why, one of the first things that we bring to our people is who you are according to the Bible.
That's
because
right.
a lot of our people don't know how special they are. You understand that? We look at ourselves at a low state. That's why a lot of times you'll see people, they'll bleach their skin. They'll blonde their hair because they hate themselves. You understand? We've been taught to hate our skin, that our skin is ugly. We've been taught to think that our hair is ugly, so we blonde our hair. But let me show you something in the scriptures, because we are made in the image of God. Understand that. So, we admire the other nations, right? So there we got the picture right there. And then you can, some of the celebrities in the United States, like, what's the name? Like,
this nigga serves Satan.
Lil' Kim. Look at that right there. Look at Lil' Kim before and after.
Nicki Minaj.
Now you gonna tell me, and that's not even
that's
Lil'
a
Kim
man.
before,
Yeah.
like when she was young. That's like
yo.
before she had some surgery done there, but she didn't turn herself into, I don't know what that is. I mean, if I was laying in my bed and that came up to the window, I probably, man, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? That looked like one of them horror movies. I'm hoping my sister can, change that, man. She gotta look at Sammy Sosa.
Sammy Sosa, yep.
Sammy Sosa, man, what did you do to yourself, man? Look at this dude. That's absolutely ridiculous. But that shows you the hatred that we have for ourselves. So let's get what did God look like? Let's get Christ. Let's get Christ, then we're gonna get God.
Right.
Because this is how we hate ourselves to the point that we don't look at each other as what we are. We're kings on the earth. Understand that.
Revelation chapter 1, verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire.
So if you look at the depiction that we have on the screen, this ain't nothing like the depiction that you typically see them portrayed Christ as in your typical Christian church. That image don't look like that. So now we got the hair. The hair is white like wool.
Right.
The eyes are red as a flame of fire. So we see the red. So this is an accurate depiction so far. Keep going.
And his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace.
So let you know that Christ is a dark-skinned man. So now a lot of our people want to go the opposite direction. They want to be white, like like a lot of people that show up on the island. Go to Numbers 12 and 10.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's leprosy according to the scripture.
We about to find out.
Yeah.
Right. Let's find out. Because a lot of you sisters, especially, there's a few brothers, but a lot of you sisters will go bleach your skin because y'all want to look like your oppressors. But let's see what happened in the scriptures with that skin.
The book of Numbers, chapter 12, verse 9. And the anger of the Lord was kindled against them, and he departed. And the cloud departed from off the tabernacle. And behold, Miriam became leprous.
Hold on. Miriam became what?
Leprous. White as snow.
She became what?
White as snow.
So she became white. So she ain't had a bleaching kit back then in the day.
Right.
This is the Lord making her turn white.
Judging
The
her.
Lord judged her and turned her white. So let's see what they said. Let's see if Moses and them say, look, it's Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah.
Or look, who's another white woman that they would say?
Hey, see if y'all can get a preview of the movie.
Yeah, let's get a preview of the movie.
So you can get a visual.
Yeah, we're going to give you the visual. So,
yeah, that's good.
But let's finish reading, then we're going to get the preview to the movie. So let's see if they was like, oh, Miriam is so beautiful now. Let's see.
And
Let's
Aaron
read.
looked upon Miriam, and behold, she was leprous. And Aaron said unto Moses, Alas, my Lord, I beseech thee, lay not the sin upon us.
Lay not the what upon us?
Lay not the sin upon us.
They said, we talk about sin now. Let's read.
Wherein we have done foolishly, and wherein we have sinned. Let her not be as one dead.
Let her not be as one what?
Dead.
He said she looked like she was dead.
That's what Little Kim was looking like.
Read.
Of whom the flesh is half consumed when
Looked like her flesh was half consumed. Read.
When he cometh out of his mother's womb.
You see that? Read.
And Moses cried unto the Lord, saying, Heal her now, O God.
He said, heal her now, meaning what? Turn her back black. Understand that. Now, so for the sisters that's got the long blonde hair, let's go to Leviticus. Let's get that in
Mary J.
Leviticus real
Blige
quick.
look.
Yeah, you want to look like who they got? Beyonce out there got the blonde hair. You got all these sisters with the blonde hair.
Yep.
You know what they say? Blondes have more fun. Let's find out.
Come on now, dog.
Let's find out if blondes
Old
have
school
more
right
fun.
there.
Yeah, it is
That's
real old school.
Yeah, you should hit that right there. Because see, the white man that came over and got y'all thinking that, that's beauty right there. Yeah, you understand
That's
that?
that psychotic warfare.
Yeah, let's get that.
Leviticus chapter 13, verse 29. If a man or woman have a plague upon the head or the beard.
Hold on, we talking about a plague. Is a plague a good thing or a bad thing? That's a bad thing. Read.
Then the priest shall see the plague.
If the priest see the plague, like a lot of times when I come to the island, I see the plague. Read. Let's find out what the plague is.
And behold, if it be in sight deeper than the skin, and there be in it a yellow thin hair.
A what?
A yellow thin hair.
I thought blondes had more fun.
And it be there in it a yellow thin hair. Then the priest shall pronounce him unclean. It is a dry skull, even a leprosy upon the head or beard.
So that blonde hair is a curse from God.
Damn.
That white skin is a curse from God. That's why they can't go out in the sun.
Right.
They go out in the sun, their skin start peeling off their nose and their back. They run around looking like they got potato chips coming off their back.
The hell is this?
Come on, people. We gotta understand that we are made in the image of God.
Yep, that's right. And I'm going to tell you this. Hey, get Michael 4. Michael spoke on this. We're going to show you exactly who you following behind. Read that real quick. Michael 4, verse 5.
The book of Micah, chapter 4, verse 5.
Uh-huh.
For all people.
So stop right there. It say for all people. So when y'all look at that, it's talking about everybody. We agree with that. Right there, it's talking about everybody. Read.
Will walk everyone in the name of his God.
Can you spell that, God?
G-O-D.
Is it lowercase?
Lowercase G-O-D.
So it's somebody that you look up to. So what is that talking about? The Edomite, that white man. That's your God. When you put that blonde hair in. But watch this. Read.
And we will
And
walk.
stop. We. Now let's go to Michael 1 and 1.
Micah
Read that first so we can know who this talking about. Who is that we?
Micah chapter 1, verse 1. The word of the Lord that came to Micah the Morethite in the days of Jotham, Ahaz.
Ahaz was an evil ruler, so y'all understand that. Read.
And Hezekiah, kings of Judah.
Kings of who?
Kings of Judah.
So we know we're talking about Israel. Let's get proof. Keep going.
Which he saw concerning Samaria.
Samaria is northern kingdom. Go ahead.
And Jerusalem.
That's talking about southern kingdom. Okay, now watch this. Go back to where we was at. Yes, sir. 4. Let's get that we.
Micah chapter 4, verse 5.
Because y'all showed the image earlier, right? So this is the guy we supposed to be living like. This is the guy we supposed to look like. Read it.
And we will walk in the name of the Lord our God forever and ever.
That's you go right there. So we supposed to look like him. We supposed to talk like him. We supposed to move like him and read like him. That's what that's talking about.
All right, so let's get the video now, because that's what we wanted before, the video. Let's get that. The video with the brothers that got killed. That just happened. So we're going to get that right there, because there's a lot of tragedies going on the island. And like I said, it all goes back to low self-esteem. Oh, did we get Miriam? They can't find a Miriam? Okay. So it goes back to low self-esteem and low self-worth, because we look at the white man as you know what I'm saying, like we exalt him.
Yeah.
As God.
Let me get a verse. Let me get that in Isaiah 30 and 1. Let me get that in Isaiah 30 and 1. Where they find while they get this video ready to go.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 30, verse 1. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord.
You see that? The Lord said, you rebellious children. Read.
That take counsel, but not of me.
The counsel that you take is of the Christian churches, of white Caesar-Bo, the white Jesus. That's the counsel you take. That God loves everyone, and everyone can get to the kingdom of heaven as long as you have faith and believe. That's that white man Jesus you believe in. That's the counsel you take. Read.
And that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit.
You see that? But you don't cover yourself with the laws of God. That's the Lord's spirit. You don't cover yourself with that. You cover yourself with that white Jesus. Now jump to verse 10 through 12.
Isaiah chapter 30, verse 10. Which say to the seers, see not.
So now you see you got the teachers on the island now. You got us on the island now telling you to keep the laws. And you saying, nah, we don't hear what you saying. Nah, we don't see what I do. Don't see that I'm in the midst of sin. Don't see that I'm buying on the Sabbath day. Don't see that. Read.
And to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things.
We don't want to hear right things. We don't want to hear that we got to keep God's laws. Read.
Speak unto us smooth things.
Speak unto us that all nations can be saved. The smooth things. Read.
Prophesy deceits.
Give us lies. We want to hear the lies. We don't want to hear the truth. Read.
Get you out of the way.
Move out the way. We don't want to hear your mind. Read on.
Turn aside out of the path. Cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us.
You see that? We don't want to hear that we the Israelites. We don't want to hear that we got to keep God's laws. Let that cease from us. We want to follow Caesar-Bo. We want to look like Jesus. We want to blonde our hair and bleach our skin. We want to be like the God that we worship. Go ahead, officer. Y'all got the video?
Sir. So we got the video.
Read verse 12 right quick. Read verse 12. Read verse 12.
Wherefore, Isaiah chapter 30, verse 12. Wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel. Because ye despise this word.
You despise the word of God. Like also just brought out the description of Christ. About Christ being a black man in Revelations. You despise that. You say, no, Jesus is a white man. I've always known the white Jesus. You are blasphemous saying that Christ is a black man. But it's in the scripture. You despise this word. Read.
And trust in oppression and perverseness.
You trust in the white man. You trust in his perverseness also with LGBT on the island and Bacchanal on the island. Carnival. You trust in the perverseness. Read.
And stay thereon.
And you want to stay on it. Read on.
Therefore, this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall.
You see that? This iniquity shall be unto you as a breach ready to fall. Read verse 13.
Swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instant. And he shall break it as the breaking of the potter's vessel that is broken in pieces.
So destruction shall come. We're going to go into a little bit of that today. Because of the rebelliousness of the Israelites. Who you are from the tribe of Benjamin. You don't have a choice about whether you can keep the law or not. You don't have no, what do they call that? Freedom of religion. No, you are an Israelite. You are commanded to keep the law, statutes, and commandments according to the Bible.
All right, y'all ready to go? Oh, so we got a devil in the comment too, talking about, we got a devil in there talking about what they gave us, Section 8, food stamps, affirmative action, and all that. Hey, look, man. After you took 400 years of free labor, they give you a few trinkets back, and then they want you to thank them. So that's just like, you know what I'm saying? That's just, Officer Rube, that's just like if I take a sledgehammer and I break both of your legs, and then I give you casts and crutches, and I want you to thank me for that. Right. Devil, if you don't get out of our chat,
what the hell is
this
that
devil right here?
And the crazy part is,
and they still putting these oppressive policies even on the people in St. Lucia.
Yes,
understand that.
They
got these people under oppression, like the show that we did a couple weeks ago, where Sandals is taking the people's tips.
Yep.
They paying the people $7,000 a year when they make $350,000 $100,000 off of each worker
Can't even
a
afford
year
to stay in the hotel.
So all of the infrastructure and everything is falling apart because the wealthy is coming over there sucking the resources off of the island. They got it colonialized, so the people on the island can't prosper. Right. Only the big corporations and everything suck the wealth, and they give you a few trinkets, and they just want you to the crumbs off the table, and you're supposed to just thank the master for that.
It's your people is the reason why we even in the position to have to rely on Section 8.
Exactly.
Because when we are by ourselves and separate,
look, when we built our own thing with Black Wall Street, what they do? Bomb it with dynamite. When black leaders rose up, what did they do to the black leaders with the FBI and the CIA? They killed them. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, the Black Panthers. So, man, we don't want to hear that garbage, man.
Heard,
let's go ahead and run the video.
Anyway.
Tragedy struck in Marigot Sunday night. 24-year-old Justin Raphael was shot and killed just days before he was to bury his brother, 31-year-old Keja Baptist, better known as Cape, who was also murdered on April 2nd this year. His family says that Justin had just finished building his brother's tomb. His brother was due to be buried this Sunday, according to the family. However, they say that they have postponed the funeral.
He wasn't in no drama. He was a very nice person. Very jovial. I need justice. I need justice. I really need justice. I need justice. That's all what I can say.
My son is a good boy. He'll never look for trouble. He's always there with me. When I'm talking to him, just listen. But one thing I want police to do is arrest the person that killed him. Only that I can say.
There are now growing concerns about the police's ability to provide protection, as the surviving family members say they are fearful for their own lives and traumatized. In his 2025-2026 budget address, Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre pledged increased funding for St. Lucia's Witness Protection Program and announced plans to introduce a witness protection bill in Parliament. However, he admitted that witness protection has its challenges in a small nation like St. Lucia. Despite difficulties, Pierre says that regional efforts are also being made to find solutions. Citizens are also calling upon the police to do better in taking criminals off the streets.
All the neighborhoods, people around walking, they just know who. They just say out names. And I don't understand why the police taking so much time to just do a little arresting. Because as far as I'm concerned, what I heard already is the previous crime that had happened in Kulitong was one of the brothers, and that's another brother. And it looking like it's the same shooter again, taking revenge on whatever that he feels like he's doing. So I need government to intervene real fast. They have them going out there. Go and get that fella and bring him in. I don't care any means necessary, as they say. Killed, I don't even care. But right now there, it's just crime is out of hand, and we need a real curve on it. We need somebody to just try to give us some serious help.
Well, that's good right there.
Like
so
these things, you know.
This is a very sad, situation there. And that's, why we go out and we teach our people who they are and that they got to come back to God's commandments.
Right.
So I want to get Hosea 4. Start at verse 1. Yeah, that's where I'm going to start. I'm going to start at verse 1 because it's because of the lack of understanding who we are and the laws of God. Because once you understand you're an Israelite, then you know you got to come back to God's laws. So let's read this right here.
The book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 1. Hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel.
So that's talking to you, the people on the island of St. Lucia. You are the children of Israel. Read.
For the Lord hath a controversy with the inhabitants of the land.
So he has a controversy with you in the land of St. Lucia, and here in America with us. Wherever we dwell in that, he's got a controversy with us. Read.
Because there is no truth.
There's no truth. So what is the truth? Let's get the truth. Let's get that real quick in the book of Psalms.
The book of Psalms, chapter 119, verse 142. Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth.
So the law is the truth. So a lot of these so-called Christian churches tell you ain't got to keep God's laws no more. But God says because of the lack of the truth in the land, let's read.
Because there is no truth nor mercy.
We don't have mercy. We just saw that. 2 brothers shot down. You know, no time apart. They trying to bury one son, and then you got to bury another son. That's crazy, man. Read.
Nor mercy, nor knowledge of God in the land.
Hold on. Why don't they have a knowledge of God in the land? Get Malachi 2:7. Because we got churches all over the island, right? So let's see. Why don't they have knowledge in the land?
The book of Malachi, chapter 2, verse 7. For the priest's lips should keep knowledge, and they should seek the law at his mouth.
You see that? So the pastor's supposed to be teaching you the laws, not telling you that the laws is done away with. You understand that? Read.
For he is the messenger of the Lord of hosts.
Okay, let's go back.
The book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 1. Hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel, for the Lord hath a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of God in the land.
Watch this.
By swearing and lying and killing.
And doing what?
And killing and stealing and committing adultery.
They got a lot of that too. Adultery on the island. Read.
They break out and blood toucheth blood.
So what that mean? Blood toucheth blood. That's talking about black on black crime. You understand that? That blood touching blood. Read.
Therefore shall the land mourn, and everyone that dwelleth therein shall languish.
Because you don't keep God's laws, is letting you know that the land is going to mourn and languish. Meaning what? You're not going to be able to prosper. Like we can't prosper as a people because we don't keep God's laws. Read.
With the beasts of the field and with the fowls of heaven, yea, the fishes of the sea also shall be taken away.
Read.
Yet let no man strive, nor reprove another, for thy people are as they that strive with the priest.
You see that? So they say the people do what? They fight with the people that come out and try to teach you to keep God's laws. They want to fight with them. If you come out and try to correct them, they get angry. They say, oh man, you know, y'all are caught, you know, this and that. Read.
Therefore shalt thou fall in the day, and the prophet also shall fall with thee in the night, and I will destroy thy mother.
You see that? So the prophet that's going to fall is them false churches out there that's teaching y'all lies, white man lies to be specific, because that's where they got them from.
All pagan houses, all paganism.
Hey, I'm gonna bring something because this is no different than when we was doing the Babylonian captivity. Give me this in Lamentations 4. I want you to go to 17. The same thing happened when we was trusting in Egypt to save us from Babylon. It's the same exact things happening, and we're going to show you one more thing after this. This for you too, John. Read that.
Lamentations chapter 4, verse 17. As for us.
As for who?
For us.
As for us Israelites. You over there in St. Lucia. Read.
Our eyes has yet failed for our vain help.
For our what?
For our vain help.
We keep trusting these other nations. They are not our friends. They are not our people. And it goes into the topic where God is using Satan to wake your behind up. Read.
In our watching, we have watched for a nation.
We are what?
We have watched for a nation.
That's talking about America, but right now we're talking about Esau. Y'all keep trusting in Esau, everything they system, everything they got going on. Read.
That could not save us.
And what happens when this happened? Now go to Lamentations 2. You know what I want. Go right to it. 2 and 21.
Lamentations chapter 2, verse 21.
I don't care if you old, I don't care if you young. This will happen if you do not turn to God's laws. Read.
The young and the old lie on the ground in the streets.
Did we not just see our brother laying on the ground in the streets? We understand that. Read.
My virgins and my young men are fallen by the sword.
Fallen by what?
By the sword.
Fallen by the sword. So John, why don't you respond to that? Read.
Thou hast slain them in the day of thine anger. Thou hast killed and not pitied.
Why? Because you're not going to feel bad. Y'all got to understand, these people are going to kill us. They setting up in our minds to kill us. We up here putting this certain hair on our head because we thinking like them because they are God. So we killing our own people because we thinking like John.
Go back to Hosea 5. Hosea 4 and read verse 6.
Hosea chapter 4, verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
See that's just like what Officer brought out earlier. The knowledge is the law, statutes, commandments. Because we lack that as a people, we are destroyed. Read.
Because thou hast rejected knowledge,
and you reject the knowledge. You don't want to keep God's laws, statutes, commandments. You like, no, I'm a child of God. I'm not an Israelite. I'm what the white man told me I am. Read.
I will also reject thee.
The Lord said he's going to reject you. That's why we have the atrocities, the oppression. That's why we even went to slavery as a people, because we were disobedient to the Lord. Read.
That thou shalt be no priest to me.
You see that? So your pastors are no priests to the Lord. They don't even teach the knowledge or the truth of the Lord. They are disobedient children. Read on.
Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God, I will also forget thy children.
You see that thing? It said, you forgot the laws of God, therefore he will forget you. Let's go to a commercial.
Yeah, let's get the commercial, the St. Lucie commercial there.
Shalom, shalom, Musa and Christ bless. My name is Soldier Royal for IUIC St. Lucia. We are located right here in La Guerre, Barbonneau, opposite the healthcare facility. We are inviting you to come and worship with us every Sabbath. We are here to teach you the laws, the statutes, and the commandments of God, that we may make it into his kingdom, because salvation is for Israel. My phone number is 461-8000, 461-8000. Thank you.
All right, so I think we got another video we're going to run. We're going to run the promo? We good? So y'all good with that? Y'all got that? All right, let's get it.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
Right.
So what is brass
That's
look like?
right. That's right.
That's brown.
Yes.
As if they burn in a furnace.
That's dark skin. You burn something in a furnace, it turns dark.
Okay.
He wasn't that green.
But yes, I really did. He have olive skin.
You know what? You know what it is? Let me tell you something, sister. What it is we hate ourselves so much that if he ain't white, he got to be another color. We can't hate ourselves to that point where we can't have nothing good.
So where is the part where they say that he has olive skin?
There's no part to say that.
Right. Yes.
That's a figment of your imagination, sister.
Oh my God.
We gotta stop hating ourselves.
Every man praying or prophesying, having his head covered, dishonoreth his head. So while the word of God is going out, you should take your hat off. It's an easy commandment to keep. He's keeping it easy. So what should you do? There we go. That's right. Take it up all the way. That's right.
Hey, look. That's what I was talking about. And that's a perfect example. The hatred that we have, the lady literally said Christ was green. There's no way he could be black. But I'm going to tell you something, though, because, you know, we got Esau in the chat. Esau don't have nothing better to do but hate. What you should be doing, Esau, is just getting some suntan lotion, because you can't go outside in the sun because you cursed by God without your suntan lotion, without all your skin falling off. Just go on somewhere, man. Get Deuteronomy 7 and 6, because I'm going to show y'all something. Because he in the chat talking about how great the white man is and all that. Y'all got y'all time to rule, but your time is up. But guess what? That's right. Why when we watching the Olympics, you know, the 100-meter dash, I don't see no Edomites there. They in the commentating scans, commentating. When we look at the basketball court, if they so great, why ain't they dominating in the NBA? Hey, football, any sport, anything that you look at, right? All they can do is commentate. That's it.
How
They
great
can't do
we
nothing
are.
else.
You know, because
you ain't doing nothing.
You know, their blessing according to the Lord was war.
That's what they do good.
That's the only thing.
That's
what they do.
That's why they
what they
conquered
do
Earth.
the best is be evil and steal.
That's
what they do the best.
But this
Can't
nigga
win
serves
this war.
Satan.
You ain't gonna win this war against Christ, though.
That's right.
Yeah, go ahead.
Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
You see that? So God made us to be above all people upon the face of the earth. Give me Daniel's 4 and 17. Because, you know, I know he like Trump is the best. You know, Trump is great. You know, the white man is good and all this. Let's see what the Bible say. Let's see that.
The book of Daniel, chapter 4, verse 17. This matter is by the decree of the watchers, and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men.
So God rules. He's the one that sets up kings. We're going to see right here, read.
And giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the basest of men.
Hold on, what do he call Trump?
The basest of men.
He set up over the kingdoms the bases of men. Because Esau's cursed. He can't go outside. Donald Trump mess around and get skin cancer going outside.
That Bama
You
orange.
understand that? He got to put on about 20 different layers of copper tone before he go out the White House.
Right.
Come on, man. He turning orange and everything else.
Right.
What is he talking about, man?
Hey, I got a scripture for all y'all brothers and sisters in the chat. Put a 1 in there for old John.
Yeah, put
the
one in
first
there.
shall be last, the last shall be first. This is a scripture y'all bring for people that come to y'all. Jeremiah 46:28. Let's just bring it out.
Jeremiah chapter 46, verse 28. Fear not thou.
Fear what?
Fear thou not.
Fear thou not. He talking to you, brothers and sisters in St. Lucia. Read.
O Jacob, my servant.
St. Lucia, read.
Saith the Lord.
Uh-huh.
For I am with thee.
God is with you, brothers and sisters. Read.
For I will make a full end.
What will he do?
I will make a full end of all the nations.
All the other nations gonna make a full end of them. That's for you, brothers and sisters. Read.
Whether I have driven thee.
How we know that? Because he driven us there. He driving us here. You see what they doing right now? They talking, they running their mouth. All praises to the Most High because you setting it up. Read.
But I will not make a full end of thee.
But he said, I'm not gonna make a full end of you. You blacks, you Hispanics, you Native Americans, you St. Lucians. He's not gonna make a full end of you, but he gonna make a full end of Esau. Read.
But correct thee in measure.
But do what?
But correct thee in measure.
That's why we had our brother get put down the street. We got to be corrected in measure. That's why we got to turn around. We got that in Hosea 5:15, right?
Yes, sir.
That's why we got to turn back around. Read. Get that real quick. Hosea 5:15.
Okay, yes, sir. Hosea chapter 5, verse 15. I will go and return to my place.
God has returned to his place, but guess what? He's waking us back up, baby. Read.
Till they acknowledge their offense.
We got to acknowledge our offense so we can listen to the mockery. We got to be fools for Christ. We can listen to the mockery that this dude's talking about. Read.
And seek my face.
And do what?
And seek my face.
We got to open this Bible up and read it. God already promised to make a full end to all these other nations if we be his servant, if we do what he say. Just finish that out of 28.
In their affliction, they will seek me early.
46:28. Finish that out.
Yes, sir. Jeremiah chapter 46, verse 28. I will not leave thee wholly unpunished.
He would not leave us what?
Wholly unpunished.
He would not leave them wholly unpunished. So guess what? Their punishment's coming. Don't worry about it. Let them do all the mockery. Let them do all that. We're going to let the scripture speak. Because our word is fire. It's going to burn his bones up. Understand that.
That's
Read.
right.
All praises, all praises. You know, y'all get the devil mad. He got to do what he do. But look, what we now we getting into the topic of the show. We're getting into the topic. So, because a lot of people, you know, out of the church, they think that God fought the devil and, you know, was this big fight in heaven and all of that. Look, that's all garbage. Let me tell you something. God controls everything. He controls the devil. He tells the devil can't make a move without the permission from the Lord.
That's
so let's
right.
get let's start off with Isaiah 45:7.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 45, verse 7. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things.
You see that? So God said he forms the light and creates darkness. He makes peace and creates evil. Because a lot of people think that it's the devil. You know, when something evil happened, they be like, oh, the enemy. You know how they do in Christianity, the enemy. I got to watch out for the enemy. The enemy is the damn white man that's got y'all working like slaves on the islands for pennies.
Yeah,
that's
John.
the enemy. John, that's in the chat right now trying to distract everybody. That's the enemy. Let's go. Let me show y'all that because I'm going to show y'all some heavy stuff right here. Let's go to Amos 3:6. Let's get that real quick. Amos 3:6.
The book of Amos, chapter 3, verse 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid?
Read.
Shall there be evil in a city, and the Lord have not done it?
Hold on, that don't say the devil.
And the Lord have not done it?
So when evil jump off in the city, God is behind that. Understand that. Now we ain't saying that ain't no devil. Understand that. We saying that
there's
God,
definitely a devil.
Yeah, there's definitely a devil. There's one right here in the chat right now. That's the physical devil. It's a spiritual devil, but the physical one is in the chat. But we're saying that God is the one that controls evil. You got something else you want to bring up?
Yeah. Hey, because you know when you say the devil, that means the deceiver. So like my man in the chat, John, guess what he teaches to deceive you? Christ is white. God loves everyone. All nations can be saved. That's a lie according to the scriptures. That's why the scriptures call them devil, deceiver. Hey, so let's get Isaiah 29:6. Hey, if y'all did y'all find the videos about the storms? Nah, man, I want a video, man. Give me a video about the hurricanes that hit the islands, man. Let's get that. Put it up. Let's get ready to put it up. Put it up while we read this verse. Put that video up. Because y'all got to understand, like Officer was saying, the Lord also creates evil. The Lord creates war, destruction. These things also happen because of the Lord. Like, think about this. The white man only took you in captivity and oppressed you because you were disobedient. He did that thing. So, like the islands, you get hit by hurricanes all the time. Guess what? The Lord. Let's read this, Isaiah 29:6.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 29, verse 6. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest and the flame of devouring fire.
You see that? So that means all these natural disasters, that's the Lord. That's the Lord visiting the earth. And sometimes in these tempests and these storms, there's destruction. There's loss of life. That's all according to the Lord's plan. Hey, but yeah. Go ahead. Bring it out.
Hey, look, let me show y'all something. I'm gonna show y'all something super heavy here. Let's go to 2 Samuel 24:1. Let's read that real quick. Now I'm gonna show y'all something. So, because a lot of people might be trying to figure out where we're going with this. What we're telling you is that we got to fear God. A lot of people is thinking that it's the devil that you got to fear. We have to fear God. Read that.
2 Samuel chapter 24, verse 1. And again, the anger of the Lord was kindled against Israel, and he moved David against them to say, go, number Israel and Judah. For the king said to Joab, the captain of the host, which was with him, go now through all the tribes of Israel.
Hold on. So now, at the top, it says, read that part again. Read the first verse.
Yes,
I want to make sure they got this.
And again, the anger of the Lord was kindled against Israel.
It was the anger of who?
Anger of the Lord was kindled against Israel. And he moved David against them to say, go, number Israel and Judah.
So God moved David, right? That's what we're reading here, right? So now let's go to 1 Chronicles 21:1. Let's read that.
The book of 1 Chronicles, chapter 21, verse 1. And Satan stood up against Israel.
Hold on. And who?
And Satan stood up against Israel and provoked David to number Israel.
Hold on now. Somebody might say, hey, that's a contradiction in the Bible. That's what they're going to say, right? That's what they're going to say. So let me show you. Because when we read it in Kings, it said that it was the Lord, right? So now we're reading here, it's saying Satan, right? So you know, a Christian will say, oh, that's a contradiction. That's not a contradiction. Let me show y'all something.
Misinterpretation.
We're going to show y'all what it's talking about.
Mistranslation.
So now, we're going to give you more understanding. So go to 1 Samuel. Go to 1 Samuel, just so y'all can get a clear picture, 16 and 13. So now, we're going to show y'all what that's talking about right there. I want y'all to pay attention. Pay close attention.
The book of 1 Samuel, chapter 16, verse 13. Then Samuel took the horn of oil and anointed him in the midst of his brethren. And the Spirit of the Lord came upon David from that day forward. So Samuel rose up and went to Ramah. But the Spirit of the Lord departed from Saul.
Hold on. And the Spirit of what?
Of the Lord departed from Saul.
So the Spirit of the Lord departed from Saul. Read.
And an evil spirit from the Lord troubled him.
Hold on. And an evil spirit from who?
From the Lord troubled him.
Read.
And Saul's servant said unto him, behold now, an evil spirit from God troubleth thee.
You see that? So his servant looked at him and say, Saul, you got the devil on you. Where the devil come from? It came from God. Understand that. So that's why we got to fear God. A lot of times when y'all don't want to keep the laws and bad things start happening to you, it's because you being disobedient to God. Right. And that's his way of judging you. He sends the devil to punish you. That's his job. The devil's job is to jack you up for being disobedient. You got something, officer?
Yeah, because you know, like even some of the crime that goes on the island, that's a murderous spirit that's on those brothers.
Yep.
Killing each other is a hateful spirit. They hate each other, and they'll steal from each other, kill each other. But yet, when the white man comes over, when they see it's Jesus, they don't do nothing to him. They come through their neighborhood, nothing happens. But when they see their brothers and sisters, there's hatred. Yeah, don't forget about Job, man. Let's get Job. Get Job 1 and 6. Because, you know, like Officer was saying, these evil spirits come from the Lord. They serve him. How the hell is like that Christian, it's the devil fighting Jesus.
The hell is
but
this?
Yet he created it. Why the hell would he be fighting his creation? You think his creation has more power than the creator? Makes no sense. Read.
The book of Job, chapter 1, verse 6. Now there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord. And Satan came also among them.
Why? Because he was coming up to report what he was doing. Read on.
And the Lord said unto Satan, whence comest thou?
Where you come?
Then Satan answered the Lord and said, from going to and fro in the earth.
Because that was his assignment. The Lord gave him orders to walk to and fro in the earth. When you read 1 Peter 5 and 8, that was his orders. He goes amongst men. Read.
And from walking up and down in it.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord said unto Satan, hast thou considered my servant Jacob?
You see that? Have you considered my servant? Read.
That there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and an upright man.
When it says perfect, it means he kept the laws of God. There was none like him in the earth. So now the Lord is saying, hey, I want you to go to my servant and tempt him. Do your job. Tempt him. Read on.
One that feareth God and escheweth evil.
You see that? He stays away from evil and he keeps God's laws. Read on.
Then Satan answered the Lord and said,
this.
Does Job fear God for naught?
He said, does he fear you for nothing? Read on.
Hast thou not made an hedge about him?
Don't you have a hedge of protection about him?
Is this a conversation between Satan and
they not up there fighting war. They're not having a war right now. Read on.
You mean Don King wasn't up there?
Yeah. No, they wasn't having a Royal Rumble. You know what I'm saying? Read on.
And about his house? And about all that he hath on every side?
You see that? So Satan's saying you have a hedge of protection over him, his household, and all of his estates and his possessions. Read.
Thou hast blessed the work of his hands.
You have blessed his hand. Read on.
And his substance is increased in the land.
So Satan's saying, I can't touch him, Lord, because you got protection over him. Read.
But put forth thine hand now, and touch all that he hath, and he will curse thee to thy face.
You see, now Satan's saying, look, but if you put forth your hand and allow me to touch him, he gonna curse you. Then I can tempt him. Then I can try him. Read.
And the Lord said unto Satan, behold, all that he hath is in thy power. Only upon himself put not forth thine hands.
You see that? So now the Lord gave Satan permission to touch Job's possessions, but he couldn't take Job's life. But everything else, the Lord gave Satan permission to touch.
Get him.
You got something else?
Get Deuteronomy 32.
Yeah, get that.
Real quick. I know this is a scripture that used to bust people over the head a lot at camp, but we got to understand this. Nothing goes on without the Lord. He's in charge of everything. If the scriptures that the officers ain't pulled out has been clear enough, we got plenty more. Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 39.
Come on.
See now that I, even I, am he, and there is no God with me.
So there's no other equal power that's up there with the Lord battling it out, having a Royal Rumble with Vince McMahon. There wasn't all that going on in the heavens. Read.
I kill.
He does what?
I kill.
The Lord does what?
I kill.
Satan.
I kill.
The Lord said he's the one doing the killing. Read.
And I make alive.
And he's the one that's bringing people to life, bringing life into the earth. Read.
I wound.
He wounds people. So if Lord Ray got shot, somebody got hit by a car. Read.
and I heal.
And he's the one healing when you praying over somebody and the Lord decides to extend their life or heal them. It's of the Lord's mercies that people get healed. It's of the Lord's mercy that he brings life into the earth. It's not no other power that's equal to his. How can he be omnipotent, but he's out here? It's Mike Tyson versus Muhammad Ali. It don't work like that.
Yeah. Hey, I want to get that joint in I want to get that joint in Kings. Let's see. You know what I want? All right. Let's get that joint.
1 Kings chapter 22 verse 19. And he said, "Hear thou therefore the word of the Lord. I saw the Lord sitting on his throne, and all the host of heaven standing by him on his right hand and on his left."
So he had the evil angels and the righteous angels. This is a vision. Read.
And the Lord said, "Who shall persuade Ahab that he may go up and fall at Ramoth Gilead?"
So the Lord was looking for a spirit to persuade Ahab that he might kill him. Just like what Officer Daniel just brought out. God is the one that is in control of life and death. Read.
And one said on this manner, and another said on that manner. And there came forth a spirit and stood before the Lord and said, "I will persuade him." And the Lord said unto him, "Wherewith?" And he said, "I will go forth, and I will be a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets." And he said, "Thou shalt persuade him, and prevail also. Go forth and do so."
You see that? So God allowed, so he basically up there talking with Satan. Satan was like, look, I'm going to go down there and put a lying spirit on all those prophets so that he'll go up there and get killed. So God said, go ahead and do that because his time is up. So that's like, you know, that they wasn't up there fighting.
Right.
Understand that?
It wasn't a disagreement.
It wasn't a disagreement. They were working together, meaning God is controlling them. Why was he controlling them to kill Ahab? Because Ahab was a wicked king. Understand that. So that's why we got to fear God.
And you mentioned evil angels, and let's get that in Psalm 78 because they probably think you tripping. Psalm 78 verse 49. He did it before in Egypt. He sent evil angels. He does it. Read it. 78:49.
The book of Psalms, chapter 78, verse 49. He cast upon them the fierceness of his anger.
The what?
The fierceness of his anger.
So this happened in Egypt, right? Read.
Wrath and indignation and trouble.
By what?
By sending evil angels
Now,
among them.
I just spoke on that. Sending evil angels. What? Yep. Go ahead.
He made a way to his anger. He spared not their soul from death, but gave their life over to the pestilence.
Why? Because they was doing what? Putting us in captivity, the Israelites. Read.
And smote all the firstborn in Egypt.
What'd he do for them?
He smote all the firstborn in Egypt.
He sent evil angels to kill them. Straight up, read.
The chief of their strength in the tabernacles of hell.
It's that simple. Give me that in 105 and 23 real quick, and I'm going to finish that out. Psalms 105, 23, just to prove it.
The book of Psalms, chapter 105, verse 23. Israel also came into Egypt.
Y'all see that? Because Israel was in Egypt. This is why he did that. Read.
And Jacob sojourned in the land of Ham.
There you go. Read.
And he increased his people greatly.
He increased us greatly. Go ahead.
And made them stronger than their enemies.
You see that? But why are we stronger than our enemies? Because we got God on our side. That's right. That's why.
All right, I got one more. I want to get this right here so that you can understand that we have to fear God. So what does it mean to fear God? Get Psalms 111 and 10.
The book of Psalms, chapter 111, verse 10. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. A good understanding have all they that do his commandments. His praise endureth forever.
So that's what it means to fear God, meaning that you keep his commandments. So that's what this whole thing is about. So if you don't want to get jacked up by evil angels, you don't want to get judged, what do you got to do? You got to fear God, and the way you show that fear is by being obedient and keeping the commandments.
Right.
It never made sense to me, Officer Mandel, because the Christian to tell you that you got to have the fear of the Lord, but if the God that you are saying that you fear doesn't kill anybody or hurt anybody, what's installing that fear? If he's lollipops and dandelions, how can you be scared of that? It don't, you know what I mean? That's the stupidity.
Mm-hmm. Hey, give me James 1 and 22. James 1 and 22. Let's bring that out real quick. James 1 and 22.
The book of James, chapter 1, verse 22.
Uh-huh.
But be ye doers of the word.
Uh-huh. Be ye doers of the word, read.
And not hearers only.
And not just hearing in the church. I'm hearing a good sermon, read.
Yeah. Deceiving your own selves.
You deceive yourself. You just do that. Read on.
For if any be a hearer of the word and not a doer.
And not a doer of the law, read.
He is like unto a man beholding his natural face in a glass.
Yeah, you just looking at it. You just looking at the Bible. I can recite a verse. I can recite a precept, a phrase, but I don't do nothing that the Bible says. Let's jump to Romans 6 and 1. Romans 6 and 1. I'm going to try to fly through these real quick.
The book of Romans, chapter 6, verse 1. What shall we say then? Shall we continue in sin that grace may abound?
See that thing? So it says, shall we continue in sin that grace may abound? Because a lot of the churches say, well, we under grace. We don't got to keep the law. Well, Paul is saying, shall we continue committing sin because we're under grace? Read.
God forbid.
God forbid, meaning no. Read.
How shall we that are dead to sin?
Meaning we keep the laws, meaning dead to sin, meaning we keep the laws. Why would we commit sin when we keep the laws? Read.
Live any longer therein.
Live by committing sins. Read on. Actually, jump to verse 23.
Verse 23. For the wages of sin is death. But the gift of God is eternal life.
If you keep God's laws. Now I'm going to jump to Romans 7 and 1, and I'm going to stop there.
Romans chapter 7, verse 1. Know ye not, brethren? For I speak to them that know the law.
So hold on. This is Paul, and this is after Christ's death. Read.
How that the law hath dominion over a man as long as he liveth.
So the laws were never done away with. After Christ's death, Paul is letting you know, hey, don't you know that the laws have dominion over a man as long as he lives? Meaning you must keep it. That's all I got. Go ahead, officer.
Hey, there's one question in here. Somebody asked a question. Is Jesus black or white? Jesus black, according to Revelations 1 and 14.
That's right.
And the devil is white. All you got to do is just look around that island.
The devil.
So we're going to close out with that right there. Please tune in every Tuesday at 9 o'clock to Liberty 92.3 FM and Liberty TV. We are live and in effect there. And scan the QR code to get all our St. Lucia social media, everything. You got Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. You can hit it. You can get it all right there. All right.
All praises, all praises. Shalom, Israel. Most High in Christ.
Shalom,
bless.
Israel. Most High in Christ
bless.
Touch the road and I feel preach to the earth. Boy, I spread doctrine and vision get blurred. Perpetrating rumor, them boy the absurd.